Milliken about his view about how the course has lived up to service user expectation. And I'll let Dave introduce himself through the video that he's recorded.
Hello, my name is Dave and I've been involved with the Social Work and Community Development Approaches programme since 2016. I was diagnosed with mononeuritis multiplex in 2005 and I'm a manual wheelchair user. How did I feel about being invited to the focus group in 2016? Well, to be honest, I felt apprehensive. I've been invited to be part of focus groups before, but either found them to be impotent, like just completely powerless and pointless, to be fair, other than it being a bit of a social interaction, or they were strongly guided to conclusions, which obviously didn't sit well with me at all. But I also felt excited because people had told me a little bit about Fergal, and I was looking forward to having a conversation where somebody actually listened to what I had to say. Looking at the attached document on service user views, how do you feel the course is measuring up against this, and what recommendations would you have for improvement? Well, I think the course wears up pretty closely to what's there. I have just a few things that I think probably should just kind of be highlighted. I think that service user involvement has been the foundation upon which this course was built. It was immediately clear from our initial conversation in 2016 that this would be the case. This is not to say that everything was perfect, of course. I think I remember our very first meeting was on the first floor in a building, and there was a problem with the lift, an unforeseen problem with the lift, I should say. We had to get a bit creative about getting me up the stairs, and thankfully this was an option for me. However, this would completely have scuppered some service users who would have definitely needed to make use of that lift. And if I think I remember correctly, the lift was very small as well, which means that somebody who had a big kind of mechanical or a big kind of electronic wheelchair, they probably would not have been able to get into it, certainly not comfortably. So that, that is something that, I'd probably like to see added in there, maybe somewhere. Just on another point, I also feel that the need to compensate service users and carers and support and or signpost them to any processes involved for claiming expenses or whatever is absolutely essential. Fergal has been excellent at that. If a person, the way I look at it is, if a person is willing to give of their time and expertise that can't be taught in a classroom or from a textbook, I should add, then they should be financially rewarded, and this should be considered normal. I mean, if you ask somebody else to come, you would pay them. So, I just don't understand why this hasn't been a thing before, really. And not only does it help to make the service user feel that their input is valued, but it also ensures that the people running the course or the group or whatever put the right person in the right place. So we don't end up with a situation of tokenism. What impact has lecturing on the course had on you personally? Being involved in the process has had a profound effect on me, but not only me, also the people I've had the opportunity to work with. When you're in the system for so long, you start to identify as a disabled person or as a service user, and I see this all the time, and it really kind of makes me sad. It's almost like a Stockholm syndrome. And I suppose you have to, because this is the only way you can get the support you need. But I have to say, after my first lecture, I noticed a remarkable shift in the people I was lecturing to. It wasn't just my experience they were asking for, but also my opinion. And as their attitude about me changed, so did mine, which was something I wasn't expecting, to be fair. What impact do you hope your contribution has made towards improving social work practice? Well, I hope I'm bringing the theory of the course to life. I mean, that for me is my goal, that is my reason. And I hope that in some small way I'm able to allow students to really understand the importance of person-centered care, person-centered support, and self-directed support. It's all too easy to become desensitized to the notion that service users are people and not just a case in your caseload. I would hope that those partaking in the course would leave with a better understanding of what it must be like to have decisions made for you, not with you. And finally, anything else you would like to comment on, either positively or negatively, about the course and your experience of it? Well, honestly, the course has been very satisfying to be part of and great fun to be involved with. I think that participants, the students, really benefited from seeing and hearing from a service user who was actually delivering the course alongside a professional social worker. My experience of service users being involved in, giving input is they're literally, especially in my case, rolled in. They do their bit, they tell their sad story, and then they're rolled out. So they're literally forced to go in and probably relive one of the most horrific, times in their lives, and then just rolled out and they have to deal with it. Being able to talk it through and being able to explain it and being able to have people express genuine sympathy, is very cathartic. And I think that's probably my 5 minutes.